Welcome to another very special episode of Speaking Cinema, serious movie jibber jabber, a movie podcast coming to you from a small apartment in Hollywood, California, planet Earth. We are Speaking Cinema. Follow us on social media at Speaking Cinema. Listen to us jibber jabber about a movie before and after seeing it every single Monday on your local podcatcher. Rate, review, subscribe. I know everyone in this room has given us a 5-star rating, right? Right?
5 stars.
A lot of lying going on right now, you fucking assholes. How dare you? I am your host, naked and afraid, Mr. Jibber Jabber. He who is not here with me today, as he is normally, is Kevin. Been here 97 times. Kev, first absence. Kev, miss you every day, Kev. Miss you every day.
So many tears.
Tears and jeers. Summer is fast approaching. We've had to wait longer here in Los Angeles for summer. I feel like this time last year it was all about Daisy Dukes, bikinis on tops, cold popsicles, hot crab legs, a.k.a. summer. Of the 2 seasons here in LA, it's definitely my favorite as compared to the other one. This time on the Jibber Jabber, despite what I just said, we are not going to talk about a movie like normal. No. This time is the time of year where we take part in the greatest blood sport of the modern era, the 2017 summer movie wager, Blood Must Have Blood. Dr. Satan! If you're not familiar, the summer movie wager is a game, fun and chaotic in nature, where we try to accurately predict the top 10 movies of the summer ranked by box office success. So, gotta break this down for everyone who may be not familiar. Some people familiar, some people less familiar, some people are also Nick.
That is me. I'm familiar.
So, also credit where credit's due. I stole this game from the Totally Rad show, which later was played on this last filmcast, and I thought this would be fun to do for our podcast. So that's why we do it for the podcast. Duration of the game: 1 Hollywood summer. What is a Hollywood summer? May 1st is when the game kicks off. That's when Hollywood summer kicks off. Labor Day weekend is when the Hollywood summer ends. In this case, that would be Monday, September 4th, 2017, in the year of our Lord. Summer movies, you guys. Summer movie season, blockbusters, single-handedly ruining the movie industry since 1977. Fuck you, Lucas. And fuck you, Spielberg, too. And fuck you, Mom, and fuck you, Dad. So, top 10 movies. A player picks what they think are the top 13 movies of the summer in a space of time that was defined 30 seconds ago. Hit the 30-second back button if you missed the definition of a summer. Of the 13 movies, a player ranks 10 of them that come out in the order and places them in the order of domestic gross. Domestic gross. Just domestic. International doesn't count. Foreign pre-sales, fuck you, China. Fuck you, Mom, fuck you, Dad, fuck you, Spielberg, fuck you, China. 1 is the highest, obviously. 10 is the lowest. Then you get 3 extra picks. That's why it was 13. These are your dark horse titles, quote unquote. Titles that you think will do good, not confident enough to put them in the top 10. So just in case, you can get some points for having them in case you miss them in your top 10. Scoring. A lot of math here. You want to get the top 10 movies and in the right order. 10 points for number 2 to 9 dead on. 7 points if your pick was only 1 spot away from where it ended up. 5 points if it was 2 spots away. 3 points if it was anywhere in the top 10. Getting number 1 or number 10 dead on gets you 13 points each. 1 point per dark horse in case you missed it. Scoring is tabulated so you get the single highest point value for each pick. That is to say, if you get number 10 right, you don't have to get 13 plus 3. You only get 13. Whew. That's a lot. It's about picking the right stuff, to put them in the right order. It's about getting the math synced up. Complicated? Maybe. Actually, yes. But thanks to Nick, we all just picked 13 movies, and then Nick does the math. So thanks to Nick.
I'm good with the numbers.
Yeah, you are.
Thank God.
We're all really just choosing to believe that because I've never double checked that.
How many
math.
times has Nick won?
0. Shade.
Playing the role of Kevin, Colin Firth.
So now we know the game, but who are the players? It's a very special episode. We got our collective goons here, and there's also people playing absentee ballot who could not make it to this recording today, which is fair according to the rules. So
Dock them 1 point.
how dare you, sir? So we're gonna go around the table here and just say your name and your favorite thing about summer. We'll start with Nick.
Well, I am Nick, and my favorite thing about summer besides the things that Dave listed.
Crab legs. I know you're a big fan.
Biggest fan.
Alaskan crab legs from the last time we went to fucking Hot and Juicy Crayfish.
Oh, those were so good, but so expensive.
Yeah. didn't check that market value, and quite shocked at the end of that meal.
The king crab is king. He lives like one, and he costs like one. Well, favorite thing about summer, I don't know. I like good old music festivals. We got FYF in downtown. That has nothing to do with movies, but I just thought I'd reference it because they pay me $10 every time I pronounce them out loud for a show.
Brought to you by Girls Dream.
You missed Coachella this year, though, right?
No, I'm okay.
Burning Man? Were you on Burning Man?
Oh, well, Burning Man hasn't happened yet.
So, what's your emotions on it?
One of these days.
Yeah, interesting.
My name's Mike, and also along with this guy here, the concerts are always great. I think we always go to FYF during the summer, which is always a good time. And
Here's $10 for you.
Yeah, thank you. Promotion. And I think the other thing I like is getting out of the apartment in the summer because it's just way too hot in there, and enjoy the outdoors.
All right.
I'm Carissa. I'm pretty simple. I like lemonade any time of the year, but it's best in summer. It's best when you
This
get
is
it.
this has been factually verified by leading scientists. So, factually.
Yeah. We don't usually have a lemon party because that takes on a completely different meaning. Don't search for that. But lemonade, yeah.
Oh,
that is
let
the
me
best
just.
Siri, search for lemon party.
I'm Emily.
Friend of the show, Emily.
Woo! And I like a swimming pool.
Yeah.
I will stay in the swimming pool as long as humanly possible and knock it out.
Hot Tub Club.
My name is Daniel, and I'm just going to keep it real. I'm a little bit more of a winter person.
How dare you?
Just saying.
So you're happy about this season of Game of Thrones because winter has come.
Absolutely.
Great.
Hi, I'm Crystal. I kind of agree with that, but my favorite thing about summer is really just the lack of traffic on the way to work because the kids are
That's
out.
true. That's a good one.
The
Get
children.
back in your house, kids.
That's true. It's a good one.
Use more technology. Stop going outside.
Yeah.
Except for they're walking and playing Pokemon Go.
We all can agree we hate children. So we played this game. Thanks everyone for showing up.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Yay me.
We played this game in the last 2 years. Last year on the pod. According to legend, Matt won by 12 points in 2015, steadfast in his resolution to not ever play again. Jenny won last year by 16 points, steadfast in her resolution to never lose. So, have you guys heard of this game? What do you know about it? Some of you have played it. Who's going to win this year? What do you want?
Power. When do we want it?
No.
Now. So, Em?
What? Yes, I would not like to win because I don't want the trophy because I don't know where I'd put it in my house.
Oh yeah, there's a trophy. There's a trophy involved in this. I don't know if he tell you guys that.
It has gold coins on it.
It has gold coins on it. It's made out of wood.
It's beautiful.
Spanish doubloons.
There are some Spanish doubloons, and you get your name on a name tag as long as that Etsy seller still makes those.
I like money.
So you're in it. You're in it for the sweet gambling.
Yeah.
Also, that being said, now's a good time to bring up that not everyone in this room has paid me their requisite money buy-in. That we will not specify the amount for government reasons. So Venmo me, motherfuckers.
Will do.
Okay. Anyone else? Crystal, you played this game last year.
Yeah.
A rude wake-up calling, fun game. What do you want? What did you get out of it?
Well, I mean, yeah, it's the reality of the way film trends go.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of a punch in the gut sometimes to film fans.
And this year is no different. Speaking of summer movies, what do you guys look for in the summer blockbusters? What do you like and tend to not like? I'm going to go ahead and say, definitely loving the superhero trend. Everyone hates on it online. Fuck them all. But I don't like the disaster porn that we get. Your Independence Days and your... What was that one with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson? Where everything...
San Andreas.
Yeah. Not a fan of the city I live in. That's what it would look like if a natural disaster happened. Towering Inferno, the exception that proves the rule. So summer movie trends wise, guys, what do you guys like? Nick?
I like my good Marvel movies as anyone else does. And
DC? How about DC?
They are not so good. So I can skip them. But no, those are fun. And then if you get a surprise sci-fi one, that's always great. Or just a really good comedy. I feel like that's been kind of missing the past couple of summers. Just a really good, like, where's our solid Judd Apatows and those kinds of things.
I'm gonna
Like a good Judd Apatow, not a bad one. A good one.
what's a good Judd Apatow?
I don't know, like your Sarah Marshall's. Your,
Oh, that was a good.
Yeah.
That was very good.
Because in retrospect, Knocked Up is a pretty dumb movie.
Vampire musical.
That was what a great vampire musical that was. Anyone else? Anyone else have a genre that they like? They look forward to this summer. Do you look forward to the shoot 'em up, blast 'em up movies?
I mean, I think I look forward to a lot of the sci-fi films that come out, and then I'm not against the superhero films either. I think I just want to. I like when they have a good amount of character development, or the more comedic ones that have been coming out in the last year too.
Also, in a Game of Thrones world, why doesn't fantasy get the fucking nod in the summertime? I mean, we tried last year with World of Warcraft to
Well,
mixed results. Let's just say,
now that was that one this summer, Valerian.
Valerian.
but that's more of a sci-fi.
That's sci-fi, yeah.
But it's also a bit fantasy.
It's a but I'm talking about like Conan, man, like the first Conan.
Or some wizards.
Yeah,
Sure.
throw in
Yeah.
some wizards.
Some wizards.
Because I guess that's more Thanksgiving, Christmas fare.
Oh,
Well,
that's
you're talking one wizard in particular, motherfucker. You're talking about Harry Potter. I'm talking about can we get Fox fucked this up, but Aragon would have been
I
a
was
cool
just thinking
series,
about that.
right? They fucking turned that movie into a dog.
Yeah. Yeah. As a person who read and loved the books, I was very sad.
Except for
How
that last one,
terrible
which you.
didn't like.
But
But it had a good run for the first 3.
so getting back to the game, you guys, what's your strategy? This year, my heart is made out of cast iron. I'm going for the hits. I'm using the math. I did my comps using Box Office Mojo. First time I've ever used that website for anything. No surprises. I'm playing with the cruel ghost of capitalism here. No room in my heart for petty emotions. So did anyone else? What did everyone else go with?
Same exact strategy, except for my dark horse. One of my dark horses.
You saved your emotions for the dark horses.
Yes. Well, for one of them.
That's probably a healthy strategy. That's a more rounded way to live.
At protecting my own heart.
Yeah, right?
I checked Fandango for summer blockbusters. Want to know my strategy? However, looking back on my list, I left out a bunch of really important ones. I don't know what happened there. So
Fandango
Did you
let
put
you
any
down.
of them twice? That is the Dan favorite thing to do.
this year, I double checked and I did not.
That's good.
I had a little bit of heart, because, I'm me, and I can't have
Yeah.
no heart.
And you don't
You
want
are
that
known
trophy
for
in
your-
house.
Uh-huh. Exactly.
And you are known for your big heart.
Uh-huh. So, but I also picked, big movies, too. But movies that I also wanted to watch. So.
Okay?
I just thought about my sister, and she has kids, and she's like, I just want to go someplace that's air conditioned and they're quiet for a couple hours.
So you're playing more to the family
Like,
orientation.
Had to remember those films. Of course, I promptly left off like $1 billion franchise movie. So I digress.
It happens.
I also went kind of cold-hearted on this, which, well, actually listing it was disheartening to me, though. But, yeah, I started off with using some Box Office Mojo stuff and try to get a feel for things. I actually looked at a lot of the Facebook likes first, which...
Oh, wow. Taking
Yeah.
it to the social media.
Yeah.
Son of a
which
bitch.
helps gather and narrow things down. Yeah, then kind of just did more research and tried to shift things around and play with the numbers.
Nick?
I did a mix of research. Obviously, I also looked at social media. I went to some websites, which I won't name because I want to keep using them. And
Dark web. Dark web, you guys. Hashtag dark web.
Yeah, none of you mentioned them. And then the other thing I did is, this is the third year in a row that I've done this. So I tried to mentally kind of remember what the trends were the past few summers or what were constant surprises. And that definitely went into influencing my dark horses.
Funny you should mention the trends of the last few years, segueing perfectly into the next things I have written here. The last 2 summers represented a wide variety of summer fairs, from sequels to franchises, and everything covered in delicious CG.
I'm glad you said CG.
What do you think I was going to say?
Something that starts with C, but then something else. But go on.
Nick, get your head out of the gutter. This is the summer we wait here, alright?
We just mentioned children.
It's no sex, it's just violence! I love violence.
Yeah.
So, if anyone didn't remember, in 2015, Jurassic World, number 1, $647 million domestic dollars. Then you had Avengers, Inside Out, Minions, Pitch Perfect 2, Mission Impossible, Rogue Nation, Ant-Man, San Andreas, Mad Max, and Straight Outta Compton on the bottom end at $149 million. Then last year, Finding Dory was number 1 at $482 million. Captain America, Secret Life of Pets, Suicide Squad, Jason Bourne, X-Men Apocalypse, Star Trek Beyond, Central Intelligence, Ghostbusters, and Legend of Tarzan at $126 million, respectively. So,
Suicide Squad made more than Star Trek?
homie, we live in a world that just doesn't make any fucking
I
sense.
just realized
It
that.
had good marketing.
My heart is still breaking.
But goddamn it, we saw that movie opening day, and that marketing was fantastic. And all of those every DC movie has the best trailer in spite of the footage that they have. Whoever's making these trailers, I gotta meet them because they're taking chicken soup and making chicken salad. You know what I mean?
Well, hopefully this year.
It's going from a liquid
they
state
won't
to a
be-
plant.
Hopefully this year they'll be better.
Well,
we
they already haven't been better for a particular title, which we'll get into.
It's it is one of these things where it's like, how long can you keep making mistakes before it's just like, this is just who you are, man. It's just who you are.
A screw up.
So in terms of those 20 movies I just rattled off, there's some trends, and there's a question mark as to whether that trend will be present this year, right? So you got like superhero movies, not dead yet. Franchises, am I right? R-rated comedies, present. Underdogs, Thug Life. Disaster movies, nope. Animated movies, bring your kids, bring your wife, bring your husband, because they're taking everybody's money. Lego sequels, How Do You Like Me Now? And indie hits, yeah, right. That's not happening. But, so that all takes us to our picks for this year. The top 10 movies done by secret ballot this year. Last year, I had a Google spreadsheet. I think people were looking, seeing what everyone else was doing. This year, I was just like, email them to me. Some of you abused that deadline. I'm not going to name any names. You all know who you are.
I was counting on the spreadsheet. I'm just gonna say.
Hey, mine came in on
That
Friday.
is a bull-faced lie, and how dare you sully this podcast with such a lie. So, no one knows what everyone else said unless you guys were having side conversations, which was well within your rights. So, did anyone have side conversations? I'm assuming, me and Emily did. I'm assuming you guys did.
He didn't
No.
help me at all.
No.
He saw my list, I sent it in, and then he was
Yeah.
like, you know what you left
She
off,
even
right?
wanted to change one of hers after hearing mine later. I said, no, you can't do that.
Shit. So the way we're going to do this, I will read someone who is not present here, and then someone will read theirs, and then we'll just go back and forth and back and forth. So, who should start? Should I start with my picks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Are we going in order of like everybody does one? Or are you going to go down?
No, I'm going to do the whole list.
Okay.
Because that would take just goddamn too long.
Okay.
So we'll start with we'll do 10 through 1, and then we'll go to the dark horses. So number 10, I put Baywatch, which I would just like to note at this, it's an R-rated comedy, which ever since the Hangover came out, that's like that's been a big thing. You know what I mean? I believe this movie is opening against another big movie. I want to say like Pirates.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So.
It's
But
gonna be
you-
tough.
Got the Rock.
Listen, Mad Max opened against Pitch Perfect 2, and both those movies made a ton of money, but what?
You've got The Rock.
You get the,
Yeah.
and what we learned from this fucking game is you never sleep on the rock. You never sleep on the rock. Ever. Central Intelligence. Don't sleep on the rock.
He's just so charming.
At number 9, I had Alien, Covenant. Number 8, All Eyes on Me, the Tupac biopic. Spoiler alert, didn't make a lot of people's lists.
No.
No.
So I'm betting on that. I'm also betting on Planet of the Apes 3, Pirates of the Caribbean 5 at number 6. At number 5, Spider-Man 7. I don't even know what this is at this point. Number 4, Transformers, because people love garbage.
Including you, because you've seen them all in theaters.
I saw them all in theaters, and because of someone in this room, I'm probably going to see this one in the theater begrudgingly. So at number 3, I'm hoping lightning doesn't strike 4 times. I'm putting Wonder Woman, DC movie. Listen, Batman vs Superman made $330 million domestic dollars. Suicide Squad opened in fucking August and made $325 million. And I just don't think that the bottom has fallen out of this DC thing. And that trailer is great.
So great.
World War I Wonder Woman. I didn't think it would work. Totally works visually. Crystal, yes?
Well, I mean, there's been articles out that Wonder Woman has been heavily undermarketed by DC.
I agree with that.
I
didn't
haven't
even
really
honestly
seen much
know.
of it.
Heavily.
Yeah.
It's out next month.
Wow.
Yeah, where are my billboards, people?
Where's anything?
That's
But-
actually a really good point because I've seen the trailers by looking for them.
Like,
That's
there
true.
is proof online. Look it up. You can see there's a lot less marketing for this than Suicide Squad that warned you 2-3 months in advance.
But we'll see. Maybe
Well-
they're just waiting on their marketing pushes.
And maybe they've done the research and they're like, we got these fucking stupid bitches by the balls and they're just gonna see all this stupid garbage we put out. That's what I imagine goes on in Burbank at Warner Brothers. Come at me, bro. Number 2, Despicable Me 3. Come on, Minions, bitch. What do you want?
They're cute.
People love those Minions. I love those Minions. They're so cute. They love bananas. Doesn't make any sense.
Banana.
And number 1, no surprise to anyone, Guardians of the Galaxy, Z-level Marvel people, Z-level, that they have made A-level movie. That movie, when it came out last time, I think it made a shit ton of money, $330 million last time it came out, and people didn't know what it was. Now everyone's seen it twice, and I just think that movie's going to make some crazy money. But, if history has shown us anything, I have been wrong about a lot of stuff. So, for my dark horses, I put Valerian in the Planet of 1,000 Cities, or the City of 1,000 Planets, whatever that is. The Mummy, trying to reboot that Mummy franchise, trying to reboot those horror icons into action movies with
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise. So I have mixed emotions on. There's a lot of it's back and forth. They couldn't make the top 10 on that. And then last year I didn't have faith in Pixar, and I re-listened to the episode last time, and I said next year I will have faith in Pixar, and then I fucking cut to 1 year later, and I don't have it because I put Cars 3 on my dark horses. Cars made 91 in its domestic gross last time around. It's been a long time. I think this is the weirdest Pixar franchise. I think it's the one that has the most stink on it relative to the tremendous, unprecedented success that company has ever had compared to everything else in Hollywood that no one's ever touched their level of success. So in a world of winners, they're the lowest of the win. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. And also the trailer for that movie. It's like, I mean, kids love talking cars, so I think that sells it. But it's like, what is this movie about? Like, the first one was about finding yourself and becoming a better person. The second one was like a spy movie, and now it's about what? Like racing, being destroyed, dying. I don't know. So that'll probably come back to bite me in the ass, and I accept that. I accept my inevitable death. So that was my picks. Crystal, you want to
Sure.
light it up here?
All right, so similar titles, of course, just kind of arranged differently. So, number 10, I got Alien Covenant. I hope it does well, but
It's
gotta
rated
push it
R.
down.
It's rated R, but I do think people. It's hard to say, right? Because Prometheus was the closest alien movie we had in a long time, and it did okay. It did good, but it's like, did people want it to be called Aliens? Did people want to see aliens? And then, based on the trailer, if that's what you wanted, that's what you're gonna get.
I think that's what it was, to be honest.
So, or all the kids say, like, what is this? Do you know what I mean? Because they haven't really upkept the franchise, and they really did a lot to fuck it up with those Alien vs. Predator movies.
That's true.
As they were terrible.
Yes.
Fact. Number 9, I got Baywatch because Rock and Zac Efron.
Woohoo!
You know what?
Come on.
You know what? I never thought, when I saw that High School Musical, because I never saw the movie, but when I saw like the trailer, I was like, that's a guy I will never root for. And then lo and behold,
He's hysterical.
he's funny, and when I see him in movies, I'm like, oh great, Zach's here. Crazy. Also, he has a YOLO tattoo on his hand right here.
No, it's
So it's there's hits and
Negative
misses.
points.
no.
Negative points.
Isn't that Shia LaBeouf?
No, that's your boy Zach.
Oh, sad.
Shia LaBeouf is like, I feel like one meltdown away from like a face tattoo.
Just one.
I think we all feel that way.
Number 8, I put Wonder Woman because of the lack of marketing and also the lack of faith in female-driven films. Also, Gal Gadot has not, led a film by herself.
But
There's a whole bunch of shit.
But these are all true things, and that's an interesting thing you say about the women thing, because I wonder if the studio feels that way, if they're hedging their bets. But she was fucking fantastic in that Fast and Furious franchise, and spoilers for that Fast and Furious franchise, they killed her character, and I never forgive them.
She's great, but no one really knows her name except us in this room, probably.
It's true.
That's true.
It's true. I also, the other side of this table is giving me some kind of blank looks on the Gal Gadot.
Oh, I was looking at this movie before, and I actually didn't know much about her before even looking at the movies. So I think personally, I was like, oh, I really don't know much about the people in this movie, and it kind of moved it down a little bit for me.
Goddamn pal.
Next up, I got War for the Planet of the Apes, because people love that. Cars is my next one because the sequel still made a ton of money, even though it's
So, but you're putting it at a solid 6.
yeah.
You're like, you have enough faith that it's gonna do better, but you're not saying this is like, this ain't approaching a B.
Yeah.
The sacred B.
Kids are gonna go. That's it.
So you think like, kids are gonna go and then they'll make their money on the fucking toys and the action figures and the
Oh, yeah.
video game.
That's the reason to make them, and it's John Lasseter's baby, so sure. Number 5, Pirates of the Caribbean.
So wait a minute, Pirates of the Caribbean, fool us 4 times, shame on you. What's going on here with this franchise?
You know how much that shit makes.
Yeah.
I do know that much shit makes, but that shit made a lot of money before Johnny Depp slapped his wife. Sorry, he did it. Fucking, he's a crazy person.
Yeah, I'm surprised that it was even pumped up this big
he's-
whole controversy.
And and then he's.
But it was already probably going. At that
But this is a franchise that they get behind. I mean, to be fair, they did have him at Disneyland he was in the Pirates ride.
I remember that.
So that's been big news lately.
Right.
On the other hand, there's a stink on Johnny Depp right now. His last couple of movies did not open very well. What's that? Alice Through the Looking Glass.
Right.
No one gave a fuck. You know what I mean?
The
But-
Lone
So-
Ranger.
But
Alice to the
Alice
left.
is different than Pirates.
Yeah.
That's a good point. That's a good.
Pirates.
So you're
Yeah.
saying
People love pirates.
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 All the
Well,
way.
also, this is the return of Orlando Bloom to the franchise.
And Keira Knightley too.
But and
So-
I do
Yeah.
agree with you, and I think they're gonna trick people into what is ostensibly gonna be a cameo. They're gonna be like, he's gonna be running around a boat, and it's gonna be like Orlando, and he's gonna be like Johnny, and then they're gonna keep running, and everyone's gonna be like, son of a bitch, they did it to us again, like in the Transformers movies with the fucking dinosaurs. They only last 5 minutes.
It doesn't matter if they do that or not. It's gonna get butts in seats.
Getting
Yeah.
the
Plus, who's the guy playing the villain in this one?
It's
Oh.
Javier Bardem.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Listen, I agree.
Number 5, I have Transformers. Oh, number 4, I have Transformers because yes. And then number 3, Despicable Me.
Wait, before we go on, Transformers has become that franchise. I think we've all resigned ourselves to its success.
Yeah.
Like, there's no consistency. None of it makes any sense.
Nope.
They burn bridges every time they make one of these things, but
That's okay.
because
It makes money.
I
go see it.
thank you because you love it for some reason. Why?
Number 3, I have Despicable Me because that is very popular. Number 2, I put Spider-Man, and I did that not because I'm excited about it, but I feel like a lot of people are excited about it. Like Civil War fans were losing their minds, and people are kind of. I think it's really crazy to watch a third actor play Spider-Man again. I'm not down, but I think people are gonna like that.
Also, the refrain we keep coming back to is in terms of talking about trailers. What a great trailer is! Robert Downey Jr. is all over that trailer.
Yep.
They give away a lot of the movie, but
And Marissa Tomei.
yeah, Marissa Tomei as Aunt Jane, or Aunt Jane,
No.
Aunt May.
Aunt May, and no Mary Jane as of my knowledge. So, an interesting take on Spider-Man.
True.
Which, when Spider-Man was announced, when this movie was announced, I turned and said to you, "Fuck that movie! I'm not gonna see it."
And
Wow.
I said, I am.
Wait, are we sure there's no Mary Jane? Because it kind of seems
There's
like...
no advertisement not in the trailers.
okay, because it looked like Zendaya might be Mary Jane.
Yeah, or there's a girlfriend.
Yeah, there's not. But
I don't know if
in the
she's-
trailer, it's like talk to Iron Man. There was not like, "Hey, Mary Jane, like you dropped your books." Gee golly.
There is a love interest.
Possibly 2 love interests.
For my number 1, of course, Guardians of the Galaxy. People are super excited about it. People love the characters. The trailers are fun.
Are you super excited about it?
I'm not going to talk about that.
Oh.
I'm fine with it.
Did you like the first one?
I'm neutral at best. It's fine.
She's not the only one.
Shit. Oh, what the hell? We'll get to that in a minute.
So dark horses. My 3 dark horses are Snatched,
The comedy.
The comedy with Goldie Hawn and Amy Schumer.
Yeah.
King Arthur, because I think people are really into Hunem, and I mean it looks fun, and I don't have a lot of marketing shown to me, or like I don't go to places and like see a lot of marketing. So when things break through, which King Arthur did, I'm thinking, okay, their marketing might be pretty good.
Well, I am forced to look at marketing because I drive down Sunset Boulevard every day to work at the Biscuit Factory, which we've talked about on this podcast previously, and there is huge posters for this movie everywhere. Now, does that guarantee success? It does not. But if you're paying for primo real estate, you're really pushing it. So
Yeah.
I'm not really sure who's putting this out. I want to say it's Sony, but I think they really want it to be successful.
I mean, it looks fun. I mean, Guy Ritchie's an interesting filmmaker, so
He is.
we'll see. And then my emotional one that I think I would love to make a top 10, but we'll see. Atomic Blonde, because it looks friggin' awesome,
Bless your heart.
and I love that shit.
Bless your heart. That movie looks great. Probably is going to be unappreciated in its time, but will go on to influence more people than perhaps a Baywatch reboot. But
Yeah.
such is life.
So for number 10, I had King Arthur. Number
So wait, when you watch that trailer, what'd you think? Because you historically were like, let me watch some trailers and pick these things. So
Right.
so you're coming into this all of this fresh, all of it's all at the same time.
it looked interesting. Not personally exactly my flavor of movie, but I mean, I thought it was captivating enough that a lot of people watch it. It'd be number 10 probably, potentially.
Okay.
Number 9, I chose Baby Driver.
Bless your heart.
Bless your heart.
Number 8, I chose Wonder Woman, and the same exact reason. I just thought it was like really underplayed. I actually didn't even know it was coming out.
So you guys are thinking the bottom, the seal on the bottom of the barrel is starting to loosen on the DC universe,
Well,
No, I
or you
think
think it's just this movie?
I think it's this movie.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of
So you're saying it'll recover for.
Batman
Justice
or
League.
Superman related shit's gonna work, but if it's just Wonder Woman, I have a cynical.
Kind of makes me
Though it would be a-
question. Like I don't know how the last Superman movies did. I kind of place it along those
Very
lines
good.
actually.
They did
really well.
really
well.
Well,
Listen,
well, too.
they tricked me 3 times now. Fuck. I'm like, no, they won't do it to me again.
Well, I'm hoping it'll be awesome because then that way they'll kind of have their foot in their mouth or not advertising as much as they should have. But for number 7, I put Pirates of the Caribbean because it's Pirates of the Caribbean and it's a long-lasting franchise. Number 6, I chose 47 Meters Down.
You were the only one to put this on the list.
I know, and I put it kind of high actually.
What is
But
it?
Oh, you're gonna love this,
It's
babe.
a horror movie about like in the bottom of the ocean with sharks.
No!
With Mandy Moore.
Ooh, that's the Mandy Moore one.
Right.
I'm still terrified.
Where's she been for a while?
She's been doing voiceover
This is
work.
us.
so this is like a Piranha type sort of movie, like
I
along
think,
those lines.
I think this is more like
That Blake Lively
that
one.
Blake Lively one. What was that?
Oh,
The Shallows.
Shallows.
And listen, all I'm saying is,
like
if Blake Lively
Shallows is
Cheesecake
good.
can't crack the top 10, then I don't think Mandy Moore is good. That's
But it
all
did
I'm
look.
saying.
It looked scary. I was.
It does look scary as
Yeah,
fuck.
I was. It's like,
So
I don't know
the
if I can
plot,
watch this.
so the plot of this is that they're in a shark tank, and the biggest shark they've ever seen rolls by it. So like, hey, you know what? Sensible decision. Let's get out of here. And they're like, cool. The thing breaks, and they plummet down to the bottom of the ocean, 47 meters deep, which is pretty deep apparently. And then now they're stuck there, so people have to try to. There's people on the boat, and they're trying to rescue them.
Limited
They're-
oxygen.
Limited oxygen. Sharks eating them. And there's a great sequence where they're in the dark bottom of the ocean, and they have a flare, and she lights the flare, and the shark's just like, ah.
Yeah, it looks scary.
That sounds terrifying. All right.
Will that make more money than Pirates of the Caribbean? Listen, anything's possible.
Good point. Okay, for number 5, the movie that I'm most excited about, Alien Covenant. I just think it's
Yeah.
really amazing. I'm super pumped about that. Number 4, I put The Mummy, just because people are still paying to see Tom Cruise act like he's not crazy.
Shade on Tom Cruise.
But it does look pretty cool. Like the CG looks cool and stuff like that too.
Well, and there has been a historical precedence for this, right? The fucking Brendan Fraser Mummy movie, which this is in the vein of, it was a major hit in its time.
is this the remake of
Yeah,
that?
but
Is
it
this?
No, it's
okay.
it's a new thing. What?
The original, or not the original, but the Brendan Fraser Mummy was dope.
Yes,
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
That's a
It
That's
was
a
great
wonderful
action movie.
adventure.
Yeah.
And like truly a gateway to horror for me.
Yes. So, will this movie be that? Potentially. They're kind of going for that vibe, right? With the trailer, it's all creepy.
It's not fun though.
Yeah.
It's
That's
not
the
like an
problem.
Indiana
It's,
Jones.
it's not. Yeah, it's not an
Yeah.
Indiana Jones vein. From what we've seen of it, they're trying to do half horror, half
Action.
action.
Right.
So Mission Impossible, Ghost, Mummy.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So it's kind of a wild card. We'll see.
Yeah, definitely a wild card, but I do like your moxie.
Okay, so number 3, I have Cars 3, kids movie. I just think it's gonna do well.
I think you put it the highest of anyone.
Yeah. I just I don't have any other kids movies on my
You
list.
just love that tomato, don't you?
Yeah, you know. Number 2, I put Spider-Man. I think that it's gonna do pretty well just because it has the Avengers crossover tie-ins this time.
Does anyone think that there's Spider-Man fatigue in the world, though?
There is, but I watched the trailer and I thought I thought I was gonna like it less. I was a little bit.
I
more
think
optimistic about it than
I
thought
don't
would
think
be.
so because I liken Spider-Man to the James Bond franchise. They've made like 30 of them, over time. It's just sometimes it dwindles in excitement, but then it picks back up when they have somebody new and it's fresh. And the fact that this one is tied to the Marvel Universe.
That's the big thing, right?
Yeah.
So you're saying there's Tobey Maguire fatigue, but not Spider-Man.
I think it was.
I'm going straight on you, Toby.
Yeah. No, I
That was the
think.
second guy that people didn't know.
Yeah. Well,
Wow.
yeah, and actually
And what's that guy's name? Nobody knows.
Andrew Garfield.
Huh? Who?
Andrew
What's that, Sunny?
Garfield. No, but the thing is, actually, he was good. It was just the movies weren't good. So
Yeah, him and Emma Stone were awesome.
yeah,
Emma Stone was
that
really
wasn't
good.
a problem.
Yeah.
yeah.
The script was
It's just-
definitely bad when he was like, "Hey, I know I told your dead dad I'd stay away from you, but I just can't."
Yeah.
What?
Well, it was that they
It's really
rebooted it too soon. What their mistake was, they retold the origin story.
The exact same take on the origin story.
Yeah, and whereas this new Spider-Man skips that and says, "All right, you guys know who he is. You guys are smart. Let's just have some fun."
Good. Excellent points, Nick.
Yeah, but it is back-to-back trilogies, which is bizarre.
Yes.
But anyways, and then number 1, I have Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Bright, flashy, sci-fi. Chris Pratt. I just think it's gonna do well. Everyone wants to see it. I want to see
Everyone loves Groot.
it. Groot, yes, Groot. Rocket
Gotta
Raccoon.
love that baby Groot.
And then
Again, taking the no comic book fan would ever tell you their favorite character is the Guardian. Anyone in the Guardian. There's fucking 6 of them. No one would ever say my favorite character is those guys. And they've turned that into the AAA franchise.
right, which is amazing. That's a feat.
And if
from
this
Marvel.
movie doesn't get number 1, all the words I'm saying right now are going to be real embarrassing. So good thing we're recording it. And then, so for your dark horses,
So for my dark horses, I have Snatched as well. Just because I don't know, I think it's gonna do well. Baywatch, nostalgia, and then I have Everything. It's like a teen movie, correct?
Yeah.
So I thought, I put that there. I thought it was,
for those of us who can't remember the trailer that they watched with their girlfriends,
it was called like the Emoji trailer. I can't honestly. I just watched it like really briefly.
M,
What? Everything?
which one is this?
This is the one where the girl has it's an 18-year-old girl who has a disease where if she goes outside, she'll be susceptible to like a lot of germs. She doesn't have an immune system, so she has been kept in her insulated hydroponic.
It's Bubble Boy.
There's a Seinfeld episode about this.
It's Bubble Boy. And then a cute boy moves in next door, and she
And they road trip to Coachella!
she wants to go outside.
And she was killed by all the dust. Interesting.
And
Interesting.
yep. So those are my 3.
How confident do you feel about this list? Because you were saying you felt like you left some stuff off.
I did. I left Transformers off, which was not smart.
No.
I left Planet of the Apes off, which again, not smart.
No.
And Despicable Me, which
Yeah.
I probably should.
But your
That's
list
okay.
does read well, though.
Yeah.
When I look at it, I'm not like, oh my god. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not crushed by my list, but I do think that I probably could have thought it through a little better. But yeah, I'll go with it. It's fine.
Sure.
Like it. Okay, so my turn. Number 10, I have Baby Driver because
Bless you.
it looked interesting. Although I don't like the title, I wish the title was different.
Yeah, a really bad title. It is a Kiss song, which probably will be featured prevalently in this movie. Is anyone not familiar with Baby Driver?
The song?
The movie.
The movie.
Oh, no, I saw the trailer.
Not
It got
too
a lot
much.
of buzz.
So Edgar Wright. It's a movie about a guy who is a getaway driver, and he has a ringing in his ear, so he listens to music. So the whole movie is soundtracked with him listening to music and driving a car really fast.
But it's the
And-
same director of Shaun of the Dead,
It
that whole
is.
trilogy.
Right.
Okay, I'm gonna go.
Which those movies make a big dent in our heart, but not a big dent in our wallets. So
For some reason, hearing the title, I just keep thinking Boss Baby.
But now he's a side.
And
why-
as silly as that is, that's probably a real concern
Yeah.
on a studio level. But this movie was supposed to open in August, and they moved it back way up, way up. So confidence is high.
And John Hamm has a neck tattoo.
Yeah.
Plus the teen girl's like the kid in it, right?
Yeah, the Fault in Our Stars
teen
guy.
girl.
Nurse.
Oh.
Just saying.
Emily's teen girl radar
Went way up.
on the next level.
Number 9 is Baywatch because it looks hysterical, and I love The Rock and Zac Efron, and so the idea of them together makes me happy.
And what we haven't said is like Snatch is like that R-rated comedy, like Trainwreck, right? That kind of vibe. This is like more in the vibe of 22 Jump Street.
Yeah.
And even in
Yeah.
the trailer, they kind of give you like, we have to reboot the Baywatch name, and they're talking, it's very meta. So it's an interesting.
I think it's gonna be really fun.
I
Yeah.
think it's going to be fun, and it's a great, like, summer movie because they're on the beach. I don't know.
And you
I
can see The
just-
Rock and Zac Efron with their shirts off. So.
Yeah, I'm sure that
Benefits.
people will just pay for that.
Yeah.
alone.
I think I'm really underestimating this effect.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think you are. Now that you've got some women talking about it.
How when they talk about this, just the look in their eyes is to a far distant place that you fear you've never been to.
Number 8 is Alien. Not that
Maybe
I,
are we gonna go see that together?
I don't know. I need to watch 1 through 3 first. We'll see.
You definitely could skip 4 and the versus ones. Wait, 1
I
through 3.
definitely will.
Pretty good.
Okay, then number 7 is Wonder Woman. I put Wonder Woman a lot lower than I wanted to emotionally, but I still
Because of everyone in this room, you want to see this fucking movie.
I want to see this movie because I want a female superhero. I want a strong female. And I don't know her story. So I'm interested in seeing a comic book movie where I don't know what to expect. Like I'm interested in this new character and it looks really fun and funny and I love World War I. So what's not to like?
Well, and if it disappoints, Marvel has your back because Brie Larson will be Captain Marvel.
Exactly. So I would put those, I would back those in any case just because I like the women.
Well, on the other side, everyone says they want something new, but everyone hates change.
Well, you know what? It should be a more female-driven world anyways.
Oh, smash the patriarchy.
So, number 6 is Pirates, just because of Pirates. It's Pirates.
I hope we're all wrong about this movie and this franchise goes the way.
I mean, me too, because, again, I've paid for them all the time.
By the way, with that movie, when I was looking at the Facebook likes, which could be, it could be coming over from the previous movies and previous pages that they had, number 1 on Facebook likes by far.
How much? What numbers are we talking about? You got
40 million.
40 million.
Which I think the next ones after that were like in the 20 millions. But I don't know if
God damn
Facebook
it.
is really a good indicator.
And I
Also, Disney
think,
people ruin the world. There, I said it.
and also, I think that it doesn't really matter what it is. Like, it's Pirates. People are either going to go see it or they're not.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that just the name alone will make people go see it.
I hope Jeffrey Rush buys a mansion with this money.
Me too. Number 5 is War for the Planet of the Apes because, again, it looks interesting. It looks fun. It looks kind of, it just looks fun. Number 4 is Transformers. Just because, again, it's one of those things where I feel like a broke record where I'm like, it's just because it is X movie.
That's a theme this summer, though.
But I think it is. There's a lot of, like, sequels, legacy franchises where you're just gonna go see it just so that you can be up on the franchise so that when the next one comes out you can be ready for it, even though you might not be interested in this one, you want to watch the next one and you have to watch them in order. And some things I think that if they're big blockbusters, obviously people want to go see them on the big screen, so there's that as well. Number 3 is Despicable Me because it looks really cute and it generally does really good.
You like the idea of seeing Groot fight a 80s villain / his brother?
Yes, but his name is not Groot, but I can't remember his name.
Yeah, sorry.
And then number 2 is Spider-Man, again for the same thing of the tie-in of the Marvel movies. And number 1 is Guardians because you don't mess with Chris Pratt. So, my dark horses are The Mummy, even though I'm very sad that they are rebooting it or redoing it because the Brendan Fraser version, as we all have talked about, is perfect in so many ways. It has a librarian. What's not to love?
What are you? I am a librarian.
So beautiful. I also included Everything, just for a little teen romance summer type of deal. And then I also picked Detroit because we live Anna Trump, America.
Very good. Detroit. No one else picked Detroit. Bold choice. Could be a runaway hit though. You never know.
Yep.
So, and
We'll
also,
see.
we all pretty much picked from the same pool of movies. So I do think this is going to come down to small differences in who bet big correctly and who bet on the dark, whatever. And it's going to be a close race. That's my prediction. Mm-hmm. Carissa,
Okay, so I put Annabelle as number 10.
bless your heart.
I know. Yeah. So some people are really into that genre of horror, and they keep seeing it. I'm amazed it's not in October.
Well, the sign of it coming out in the summertime means they have more faith in it. But what specifically subgenre are you speaking of? Creepy doll.
Creepy doll.
Creepy.
Creepy. Yeah.
Poltergeisty, ghost.
Creepy house.
Yeah.
Creepy doll. That kind of vibe. 9. I put Wonder Man. I meant to say Wonder Woman. Please don't dock me for that.
So Carissa has a filter on her browser that changes the genders of things.
Yes. That's
so
why
she
I
probably
did
just
that.
copy pasted.
Okay, yeah, like I have a filter, so if it says man, it changes it to woman, so it doesn't influence how I read an article.
How doesn't this just fuck up your whole life though?
It does sometimes, especially on Facebook, where I'm like, your little boy is so cute, and they're like, why'd you say little girl?
Yeah, she also has something that changes all pictures of Trump to
To
kittens.
kittens.
This is a more useful tool.
It's really great.
Emily perked up when she heard that.
Kittens. I'm so nervous. Okay, so then for Wonder Woman, I go to a site called 9gag, and it's kind of like for teenage boys, really.
That sounds like you.
And it's like really dumb, like dank memes, that kind of thing. And they're not hot on this movie.
Yeah, there's some kind of
Dankest.
discrimination going on there.
Okay, but we've seen this before and this is what fucked us all up 2 years ago because I was like, Jurassic World came out, so many views on YouTube, all of them, all the comments, fucking negative. CG's ruining this. Fuck, they ruined it. This woman, I don't like her. Chris Pratt, what is he doing here? These kids are stupid. I don't like dinosaurs anymore. I'm an adult. Why won't anyone listen to me? I'm very sad. Yeah. And then all those fucking people sold the fuck out and went and watched that movie twice. Once with their grandma, once with the girlfriend, once with the friends. So
Yep, bad press. can be-
sometimes it's tough. Now, you're adding the fact that what they're complaining about is that it's a woman. It's a different world that we're living in. 2 years ago, man, it was all fucking sunshine, rainbows, and milk and honey raining from the sky. Now, desolate. So, I don't know. You might be right. Only time will tell.
I still wanted to put it on the list, though. Then I have Baywatch, because, again, I think we've already rehashed why.
Can you guys just talk about The Rock's abs just for like 30 seconds just so we can...
We can imagine them.
Okay.
No, but he's also funny, and it's
Yeah.
like, it's really hard to get that kind of mix.
And that smile, come on.
He's charming.
He's
Comedic
charming.
timing.
And he's a guy with a bald head that no one ever questions that.
No, because
No one's like, what's going on with your hairline, bro? No one
still-
cares.
He's still getting the kids with Moana.
You're
Oh,
welcome.
Yeah.
exactly.
Then I have The Mummy, because a lot of people still watch Tom Cruise movies. Like, you don't think they would, because he was crazy.
Is there a
Right.
is there a collective like begrudgingly putting The Mummy on here? I feel like me and Crystal
Yeah.
are like, we
Yeah.
wanted this to be a horror movie, but I guess it's an action movie, so we'll put it on there. And you guys are all like, people like Tom Cruise, even though blah 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 blah. Is that what's going on? Does anyone here actually want to see the fucking movie?
It's just too serious for me. Like I understood the other Mummy movies because there was, Brendan Fraser's comedic timing of it, and I just it's weird for me to see a sillier movie made so serious.
Yeah, I agree.
Unless they keep those bugs, because then
Oh, the
everyone-
bugs were great.
The bugs were
The bugs
scary.
were great.
Yeah.
But that's
Scary.
Indiana Jones. This has
Yes.
nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
This is modern,
Yeah.
which takes away a lot of the charm.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't. I
Yeah.
don't know. I like Tom Cruise actually. I think when I watch his movies, he's a dynamic actor.
Yeah.
Like,
And he can run.
he makes it work. But
He does run a lot.
Now the question, we should take a side bet on where will he run and for how long? 2 minutes? And I think from the Parliament building straight to the Eiffel Tower.
Because he'll run.
Who's taking
Definitely
me
some
out?
bug chasing scene.
he's gonna run from some like sand monster.
Oh, you think they're gonna do the Ghost Protocol? They're just gonna do it again?
Well, they're just gonna do the mummy face in
Yeah.
sand, like a plague.
So they're gonna mix Ghost Protocol with the Mummy, which is what this movie is. So
Yeah.
you're probably right.
Yeah.
Well, I'll bet. I'll take that bet.
Planet of the Apes. I put for 6. Yeah. Who's in that now?
We still got Woody Harrelson.
Monkeys are in
Monkeys.
there.
And we still have
Oh, and
Caesar.
Caesar's still
what's that one dude who was in True Detective? Not McConaughey.
Woody Harrelson.
Harrelson's in this one.
nice.
We love
But that's it. Everyone else is a fucking monkey.
Lots of monkeys.
That's
Those
But hey-
damn dirty apes.
They're, just a good group of monkeys hanging out together. Could be great.
a buddy cop.
Yeah.
Film is like the sequel.
Actually,
to this.
I would love to see that movie.
Has Fox cracked it where you don't? There's no stars to play, and all you need is the CG monkeys, right?
In this
Yeah,
one,
that's kind of weird
Yeah.
to think about.
And every time you bring one person in, you kill them, and then fucking get them out of there.
That's all CG movies, right?
Not really. I mean, yes and no, but I mean, you still got to pay. It's all CG fucking Iron Man, but you still got to pay Robert Downey.
That's true.
You know. All right.
5, I put Alien Covenant because Fassbender is still in that, right?
Yes.
And he's good in almost everything.
Now, is there any stink on Fassbender from Assassin's Creed?
I was just thinking that. That's why I said
Does
almost.
that even count?
No.
I mean,
Who saw it though?
that's the thing
I
is that
saw
it kind of came and went. You saw it?
I saw it with my dad. He was very excited to go see it.
And how did that treat old Dad?
He liked it. He said,
sure he did.
Oh my
I'm sure
god.
he did.
I will say this. It was one of those movies that I was expecting really terrible. I was bored at times, but it wasn't like so bad that I had, I can't wait to walk out of here.
God bless both of you because I think you're the only two people who felt that way.
Yeah, it's what it is. It was one of those movies. If they had taken out like 45 minutes, it'd be like at least 2.5 stars.
45 minutes of a 80-minute runtime.
But do you think?
Oh no, it was longer than that. It was really long.
No, there's nothing like a movie that totally sucks and is super long.
But in your guys' opinion, does Gyllenhaal still get flack for what was it
Prince of Persia.
No one remembers. That.
For me, yes, but probably culturally, no.
Yeah, I totally forgot about that.
But that movie was like 10 years ago. Assassin's Creed was like 7 months ago.
Yeah, but if nobody saw it,
It's
then
true.
nobody has any flack to
That's it.
give.
That's the secret to failing in Hollywood. You just gotta fail quietly.
Yeah, just do it completely under the radar.
Yeah.
It'll be good.
Let's see. 4, I put Spider-Man. Because I'm still kind of excited about see what he does. Anyway, and he's younger, and everyone's getting younger, and so for the next one, he's going to be like a child. Everyone see that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, at least it's a different take on it. You know what I mean? So, middle school Spider-Man, high school Spider-Man.
High School Spider-Man.
Let's see. 3, Despicable Me 3, because I thought of my sister, and everybody loves that whole banana thing. 2, Pirates of the Caribbean, because I saw the Facebook thing, and I was like, wow, people are really like, Keira Knightley's going to be back in this? I have to see it.
I
And the
feel
Disneyland promotion.
like you may have bet correctly here. And we may all rue the day we didn't have faith in that fucking shitty franchise.
Number 1, I put Guardians of the Galaxy, because people love Baby Groot. I completely forgot about Transformers, so I'm going to be off by $1 billion.
Listen,
So
the Transformers franchise makes no sense, and in that vein, I would be not shocked if that movie made $1 billion. I'd be not shocked if that movie completely fell off the radar and everyone said we're tired of this shit. In my mind, either one of those are equally possible.
isn't
But
it
no matter what.
Michael Bay's last film, though?
It's in his
Or,
last
like,
film for the last fucking 10 of these, so
He said
you know.
19 of them were written, which is kind of a little scary.
bullshit.
Wow.
But it's I think now Transformers movies make 47% of his filmography.
Oh,
Jeez.
But you know what? Maybe it's for the best.
And no matter what, this thing's probably going to do super well internationally.
but it's just
This is domestic.
But
only.
it's-
This is domestic only, which takes us to Mikey.
No.
Mikey. Wait.
We got Dark Horses.
Dark Horses.
Oh, right.
How rude of me.
So
Excuse me.
I put Cars 3, just because I was listening to Car Talk the other day, and I was like, oh right, the 2 mechanics on NPR.
Oh, I'm familiar.
Yeah, they're in Cars. Well, they're probably not in this one, but it just made me nostalgic. Valerian, because I like the actor, and I know a lot of people probably don't follow him, but he was in a really, really good superhero film where he turned into the villain. And I was like,
Was it called Spider-Man?
Dan
No.
Dan.
yes,
It was Chronicle?
That's his name.
Yeah.
Chronic.
Chronicle.
It's called The Chronic.
He was also in that one movie that just came out
He's in Spider-Man.
with the water and the fucking. They were insane. A Cure for Wellness,
Oh,
and that movie was the worst. The worst.
But
If
she's
you
not
want to watch
talking
someone
about that
drink
movie.
water loudly for 2 hours, that's your movie. And if you want that, lose my number.
That sounds like a terrible movie. And then I put Baby Driver, and I knew you were saying,
Bless your heart.
I love the director, so.
It's if any movie of his is gonna break out, it should be this one. And everyone should have in the perfect universe. Everyone should like everything that he made, but you know it is what it is.
All right, so get to my list now. So number 10, which I don't think we've had yet on the other list, I put Dunkirk.
You're right.
And, you know, I was even talking to Carissa before this, and she was like, oh, I saw a preview of Dunkirk, and I don't really get what it is. And I was like, oh, yeah, but, you know, Christopher Nolan is doing this one, and, you know, a lot of those do well. And instantly, what'd you say?
Oh, I was like, oh, I'll probably watch it, Christopher Nolan.
Yeah, so...
So here's the thing. Interstellar was pretty bad, in that I definitely hate that movie.
Disagree. Hi,
I disagree, too.
Have you guys seen The Martian?
No.
Yeah, it's true.
Yes.
It's very mediocre compared.
How, Crystal? You and me are gonna fight after this.
gotta
Also,
I like The Martian.
I know you. If you watch The Martian, you're gonna be like, I don't even remember that movie. Because The Martian is just a fun version of that movie instead of everyone being sad. But I don't know if Dunkirk. So fuck what I think of
Dunkirk is
Christopher
all
Nolan.
sad.
Fuck what I think of all these other movies. I don't know if Dunkirk is getting a wide release, like a super wide release.
It's also getting shown in IMAX.
It is.
Yeah.
I bet it's gonna be good. I want to see it personally.
Come on.
Yeah, I mean,
of course.
this is one that, I mean, it could have, once the reviews are released, this could go
Yeah.
either
Yeah.
way.
What's
like-
interesting is. Oh, go ahead.
Like my mother will go see this movie. Like this would be my mom and the neighbors and my dad. They
Yes.
go see it on a Monday.
That 60-year-old crowd that got all of those dollars.
Exactly.
No, that's a good point. There's good points here, and I'm not saying you're crazy for putting it on here. I think you're a little crazy for putting it on here. And last thing about it is just it seems more like an Oscar-y movie than a
It does.
summer movie. So it's weird. The timing of it seems weird to me. But hey, maybe they don't want my money.
And I also don't know what it's releasing near.
End of July is when it's being released. That's actually probably a great time for it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
End of July, great time for it. You think? Interesting.
Less competition.
Yeah. Kind of a patriotic month there. So no, number...
I don't know why that's funny to me. Kind of a patriotic
I
month.
know,
there.
that's a weird thing to say, but I think people are out and celebrating during that month.
You think that
So, US.
Goodwill just goes that whole month?
I'm extending it a little bit.
Hey, listen,
Although isn't Dunkirk a British battle?
it is.
Yeah.
True, but I think the...
But I feel like as Americans, we feel like we own World War II. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, talk to a
I
bro
don't know.
about World War II
Trademark.
and see how they think about it and how it works.
Yeah.
They're, oh, yeah, it's the fucking war where we saved the fucking world. It's like, is that how it happened? Interesting.
Number 9, I have The Mummy, and yeah, again, this one, it could even not be on the list at all. I'm really not sure, and again, as we talked about, I don't know how the whole very serious take on The Mummy will work out, at least in my opinion.
We're all basing that on the trailer. But
True.
don't we all think this is a misleading trailer? A trailer that is a little bit scarier than what we're going to get. And you know what I'm saying? I feel like that trailer's a lie, and it's just going to be a Tom Cruise movie.
It is. That's what it... I mean, I get that from the trailer, too.
Yeah.
A real mixed bag, this Mummy movie.
Yep.
We should all see it together. Opening day.
Number 8, I have Cars 3, and we'll see how it does. It's been a long time since the last Cars movie, but I mean, I think in general they've all done pretty well. Number 7, I have Pirates of the Caribbean, and that's like I said, the Facebook likes put this at like number 1, but I don't believe that, and so I think I've even sunk this one down more than a lot of the predictions that I saw.
I don't know what to think anymore.
Yeah.
Plus, Facebook is like an older crowd.
True.
So-
It's very...
Why? Because all the kids have moved on to
Instagram.
Instagram?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Snapchat only, maybe.
Number 6, I have Transformers. And I don't know, I think this could be... Well, from what I saw, the domestic gross for this film has gone down.
Oh,
every single
interesting.
time. So it's probably going to be even lower than last time. But who knows? Transformers.
Also, a movie where the protagonist is now a young girl.
There we go.
Yes.
I forgot about that part.
Yes. And Marky Mark, but also a young girl. So I don't know how that affects it. I'm not even sure if people. I think in my mind, people just see the beginning of the trailer and they hear like the boom of the Transformers and they're just like, oh, cool, I'll see this. And then the rest of them is just like, doot, doot, that's gonna be so great when I see that. And then the trailer's over and then they go see it. And then I feel like when they're watching it, it's the same experience where they're like, this is great. Doot, 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 doot. Great! Fucking shit's exploding. Oh, great! We're in space now. Oh, now we're not in space.
Hey, why else do you go to the movie theaters? You got that great sound going on. You need to hear the explosions.
Yeah.
Number 5, I have Wonder Woman. Again, I didn't know too much about the actress Gal Gadot, and I hadn't really seen the hype, so easily for me, this one could actually move around. It could even be lower than Transformers and Pirates. But
The biggest criticism of her when she first got announced is she didn't have big enough boobs. So
oh,
that's the world we live in, guys.
that's, yeah,
She's not stacked enough to be Wonder Woman.
because that's where the superpowers come from, right?
It's the chest area.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
It's in her heart via her boobs.
Number 4, I have War of the Planet of the Apes.
Very high. You have a lot of confidence in this franchise.
I don't know if I do. A lot of predictions I saw have high hopes for this, and yeah, that could be way lower than what I'm thinking here. When did the last one come out? Does anyone remember?
2 years ago.
2 years ago? Oh,
Two
that's not
or
that
three, maybe.
It did pretty well, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it
pretty
was.
good.
Supposed to.
And I saw it, and it was like, I didn't see the first one, so I saw the second one, and I was like, God damn, this is a great movie.
Interesting.
Very mature.
Now Caesar's in charge. He's leading the whole thing. He gave those humans a chance.
If Dr. Zaius comes on the screen, I will stand up in my seat and just be like, yes!
Number 3, I have Spider-Man. It seems to be a strong one for everyone, and again, keeping that Avengers universe in it, I think, makes it a really high contender. Number 2, Despicable Me 3, because Minions. And you know what? I kind of like the idea of Trey Parker doing the voice in this one.
Mm-hmm.
I think that'll be fun. And number 1, just like everyone else, Guardians of the Galaxy. And yeah, for me, I liked the last one. I enjoyed it, but it's hard for me to follow all the hype of it. Also,
Really?
yeah, it's a
Star
good-
Wars meets Indiana Jones.
It's a good, fun action movie. I just didn't really get too emotionally involved in any of the characters or what was going on in them. I have no investment.
And
in,
you have no attraction to green and or blue women. You have your pick. green or blue?
I
I'm
don't,
so
don't
attracted to
discriminate.
both of them.
Bald and blue, like the Fifth Element.
Oh, yes.
But yeah, I mean, it'll still be fun. I'll still see it, and I'll enjoy it.
And also, what I think we've all think, but no one said, this is the first one, so this thing's gonna get the fucking longest ride.
Oh yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah, and I mean, Chris Pratt's hilarious, so
Yes.
I'll watch it.
So good.
And now the dark horses. 3, I have Alien Covenant, which I would actually want it to do better. I would have loved to place it higher, and I hope a lot more people go see it, but I just didn't see that with a lot of the predictions and stuff that I was looking at. So I kind of went against what I thought the movie could do and put it down there. Number 2, Baywatch. And I don't know, hearing a lot of people in this room and what they think of abs, might not be.
Well,
good one to put
you
in
got in the
horse.
dark horse, so in case you go wrong, at least you can salvage it for something.
True. And number 1, Annabelle Creation. I think looking back at this now, this could be a very bad choice here, but And there's a lot of other movies that I would have actually loved to put in the dark horses, which hopefully we can talk about those later.
But statistically, horror movies are doing better. Like, there's more heat behind them. You have the Blumhouse, they're cranking them out. We were just coming off the success of Get Out. It's a different style of movie, but I do think the audience is not as ashamed to watch a horror movie.
Yeah.
So I don't, and everyone loves those James Wan fucking movies, you know? So.
Yeah, Conjuring 2 was like 11 or 12 last year. So.
Yeah, yeah.
That
So, you're betting on either momentum building or not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Me, not. You, yes. So
And it is kind of weird because this comes from like a lot of like the Conjuring stuff before, and then but it's also like once removed from that, and then a sequel to that. So hopefully the momentum stays, and I don't also think looking at the movies, there's not too much competition in the space that it's doing for the summer. Except we got Underwater Shark movie, and that sounds really scary too. So we'll see.
I'm just saying, if Blake Lively couldn't do it, why would Mandy Moore be able to do it? But I hope to be wrong.
Right.
All right.
All right.
Nicholas, take us home.
All right. I'll start actually from top to bottom because I feel like the bottom is actually the more the bottom of the list is more.
I get it. You have no respect for how we do things here. Go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. So number one, Guardians of the Galaxy 2. It's very popular. It does very well. Obviously, people love raccoons and Baby Groot and Chris Pratt.
Ill-tempered raccoons.
Right. So it's from what I read, it's expected to make like $400 million domestically. So I don't think there's anything that comes close to it. Like it'll be basically probably making 150 to 200 mil more than whoever comes at number 2.
I agree with that.
Then number 2, Despicable Me 3, because every summer we always have to have one animated film for the family and kids that does very, very well. It's a very popular franchise. Kids love those Minions. So I very much suspect it'll be number 2. Number 3, I put Spider-Man Homecoming because, again, it's tied to the Marvel Universe. Robert Downey Jr. is in it. It has everything going for it to put butts in seats. And I think, people are excited to see a Spider-Man that they might actually like. And then 4, this is the one that could really screw me. I only did it because the experts claim that Wonder Woman will make $200 million domestically. My gut says, I just don't think so. I feel like, what you said earlier, Crystal, about like the, lack of advertising for it, I agree with that. And also, like, the DC movies have this, like, they do very well, but this is one where it's like an unknown actress, like, kind of being the lead.
But look at Suicide Squad, right? That's, again...
Will Smith, though.
Yeah, and Margot Robbie.
Will Smith, yes. Margot Robbie, but covered in face paint, you know what I mean?
Still
And
not-
I don't think, also, I don't think Margot Robbie is as big as a celebrity as we all would like her to.
No, but she's gorgeous.
So, yeah, the trailer was great.
Stacks on stacks.
It became the one costume you saw at every Halloween party.
It's true, but I'm just saying that's a weird concept, and I'm saying the general public is not very familiar with the concept of the Suicide Squad.
Right.
All of us nerds probably are.
Right.
So then you got butts in the seats for that. So for the fucking queen of all of comic books, I think there is an element of it selling itself.
Yeah.
But then what you're saying is also really interesting. So I think this summer's going to come down to a couple of titles, and one of them is Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
And what people's perception of that is, and what the reality of that is, and what the studio does. And that fucking golden triangle is going to determine who wins.
Right. So I put it high up because they said they would make like 200 mil or more. They could be wrong, and they could just be adjusting because like, oh, the DC makes so much money. But I worry about it because, like I said, it's not a well-known name. And, this could be like the studio's Ghostbusters mistake of this year. We're like, okay, yeah, we got a really popular title. We got, like... We're just
Well, what's the difference, though? What's the difference? Good trailer, bad trailer.
Yeah, so... I don't know. We'll see. So at 5, I put Transformers because the franchise just does really well. I don't see it doing poorly. Now, this one, the run after I put is Pirates. So this is where it could mix up because I feel like those, the place-wise, could swap. Either Pirates or Pirates could do better than Transformers, but I don't know. We did talk about the Johnny Depp effect, but I also feel like we're just a bunch of Hollywood liberals. Like, And PR-wise, from what I've read, is when someone with a bad boy persona does a bad thing, the public tends to forgive them more. So look at Charlie Sheen, like people still love him, like bounces back. And also, I mean, look, Casey Affleck won Best Actor, so I don't think unfortunately a settled domestic issue tends to hurt actors that much or a franchise. So
As much as it should.
yeah.
So there's that, but then there's also, are people tired of Johnny Depp putting on weird clothes and being weird?
Yeah.
Now, they might be tired of that, except for when he just as a pirate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think it'll do very well because Orlando Bloom is back, and so all the teenagers who grew up watching it as a little kid, like, oh my god, yes, it's back to its roots. So
Old man Orlando's back.
yeah, old man Orlando. Yeah. After that, I put Cars 3 because it's a popular franchise kids movie. It'll be one of the movies that families take their little kids out to, because I'm sure, even though the kids might not have even been born the last time the Cars movie came out, they probably watched the shit out of the DVDs.
Oh, hell yeah.
Or the Netflix, I'm assuming. At 8, I put War for the Planet of the Apes. It's done very well, the last two. And I actually I wonder if I made a mistake here and maybe should have put it higher, because it might be like a surprise hit. But it could just be like a Mad Max where it does very, very well, but doesn't get above like spot 8. 9, I put Dunkirk because I just have this feeling that for whatever reason, big directors like Nolan doing a war movie, that just gets people to go to the movies. Like, this could be like another Saving Private Ryan type thing. I mean, look, in '97 when Titanic came out, I thought, who's gonna go see that? And it became like it's not a war movie, but for some reason, like historical takes from big directors do well. So, and the fact that it's being shown in IMAX, I think that'll be the thing that a lot of people go see it.
Well, and I think that my mom, who's going to be looking
Yeah.
at the listings, who's not going to want to go see any of this sci-fi fantasy stuff, she'll be like, can you go watch this by herself? But she'll be looking for some things that she can go see, and she'll look at Dunkirk and be like, oh, this is something that I want to watch. We're gonna
I
see this.
hope your mom thinks 47 Meters Below is a movie about like people who run track and see that.
My parents do not know sometimes what they go see, and they're like, oh, this is what this is about? So...
I tried to trick them into seeing Get Out. Didn't work.
Right.
But that would have been hilarious.
Then-
No? No one? Not
it
funny?
would've
Old
been
people
great.
seeing Get
It
Out?
would've been great.
Thank you. Thank you, Crystal.
Then I put The Mummy at 10 because I think the nostalgia factor helps. I think Tom Cruise does put butts in seats.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Is there any stink off of the Dracula Untold or whatever that was supposed to be in this franchise and then was excommunicated from the franchise after it failed to do good?
No.
I
No?
don't think it has anything to do with any of this.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't
people
think
are not
anyone's
gonna
saying that.
say
Like,
it's
wait, is
different.
this from the same franchise?
Yeah.
No one is saying that. I would say, hey, there's a mummy, a sexy mummy, and there's Tom Cruise. So they're gonna go do that.
Also, my prediction is...
Sexy mommy!
Yeah, sexy and dead.
Also, my prediction is that there's the sexy mummy, and she is sexy. But I think that at the end of the movie is going to be Tom Cruise switches spots with her, and now he becomes the mummy. And then after the credits, the Invisible Man shows up and smacks him in the face.
Well,
Prove me wrong, everybody!
Can Mummy Tom Cruise still run?
yeah, no.
Yeah,
Okay.
Absolutely.
Then definitely.
Don't take that away from him.
contractually obligated.
Yeah. Not to be confused with what I expect, The Mommy, which will probably be a rock featured family comedy.
Yeah.
That was a Tooth Fairy. That already came out.
Wait, so
I'm making up a movie. I just want it to happen.
is that like The Rock meets Junior?
No, it's like a reboot of Mr. Mom. Well, I don't even know if you need to do a Mr. Mom now. That's so 80s. Like, yeah.
All
They
right.
did do the pacifier with Vin Diesel, so, you
They
know.
did. They did do that.
So,
Dark Horses?
Oh yeah, but I wanted to say this about The Mummy. Like The Mummy and Dunkirk, I could have it wrong where actually Dunkirk is 10 and The Mummy is 9. I don't know. But moving into Dark Horses, I put Baywatch because I know that The Rock always does well. And again, I should be listening to my own advice and putting him at least at 10 or 9. But I just feel like all these franchises are so big, and The Mummy was expected to make more money than Baywatch from what I read. I decided not to put it in the top 10. I put Alien Covenant as a dark horse because who knows, it could surprise, but I feel like the franchise doesn't have as much oomph behind it anymore.
How dare you, sir?
Yeah.
How dare you probably accurately assess this?
Yeah. I mean, look, no one went and saw Terminator Genesis, so that's.
But Terminator Genesis didn't have a Terminator headbutting a rocket ship. You know what I'm saying? And it would have gone a long way if it had that.
Yeah. And then the other one I put is Rough Night. I feel like I saw some buzz online about that. I saw friends of mine talking about that. That could be, it's a hangover, but it's a bachelorette hangover movie. And, you've got, what's her name from SNL? Kate McKinnon. You've got Scarlett Johansson. You've got, what's her name from Broad City?
Ilana
Ilana Glazer. Yeah, so it's got a
You
lot
got the funniest girls in Hollywood and the Black Widow.
Yeah, so
Sounds like a bridesmaids going on.
Office
Yeah.
Party do? Christmas office party. How
But
long
that's-
would that
I
be?
don't know.
so
I
that's-
don't know.
I was looking at Rough Night before too, and that could easily creep up off of the
Yeah.
Dark Horse list too.
Supposedly, Snatch would do better than it from the ratings I said, but I said I think there's fatigue on Amy Schumer now, like a little bit of backlash.
Don't ask any
But-
teenage boys about Amy Schumer.
Oh, don't. But also, like, I've had friends that, like, Leah, who you know, when I saw her, like, do stand-up, and she was just doing, half the material was the same stuff from her book. So, yeah, I don't know. Whereas I feel like Rough Night, I think, could be a fresh, fun movie.
Obvious Christmas Party did $114 million. I do not have the international / domestic.
That's
breakdown.
really good.
Yeah, that's good.
But is that good enough to crack the top 10 in the summer? No. So,
We'll see.
we'll see. We'll see. Anything. That's the joy of this, is that we're all so fucking sure about what we're doing, and then something happens, and it's like, wait, what? I didn't even... Movies that probably we just glazed over the list might make it in the top 10.
Yeah,
Who knows?
after we're done with this, love to talk about a few of those movies.
Yeah, we will. So, I'm very quickly going to go into the people who were not here. I'm just going to roll through those really quick. So, Kev, miss you every day, Kev. Love you. Get well soon. Kev, at number 10 had Baby Driver, Pirates 5, Apes 3, Alien 5, Wonder Woman, Cars 3, Despicable Me 3, 2, 3?
3.
Spider-Man, Transformers 5, Guardians of the Galaxy 2 at number 1.
Oh, I wish Kevin was here. He put Transformers at number 2.
Listen, he saw Mark Wahlberg and he saw dollar signs.
Oh, boy.
Or maybe some other logic that we don't know.
I'll give Kevin this. He always throws in a few curveballs on his list.
Kev, he does. And, bless his heart for Baby Driver. Bless his heart for Baby Driver. And he has faith in cars.
Yeah. Speaking of curveballs, what are his dark horses?
His dark horses are the Atomic Blonde, Valerian, and the Beguiled. Now that...
Oh my god, his dark horses are my heart.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
I'm so happy he put Sophia in.
Oh my
Yeah.
god,
That
I'm
makes
so
me
excited
happy.
about
That's the Sophia Coppola movie. I think Kev really went with an open heart, clear mind, can't lose. But he might lose because that's not going to
that.
make...
Bless your heart, Kevin.
Yeah.
But bless his heart. Christy, friend of the show, for reasons that we do not know, put Baywatch at number 10, Wonder Woman number 9, Alien at number 8, 7 is Pirates, 6 is Cars, 5 is Apes, 4 is Spider-Man, 3 Despicable Me, Transformers number 2.
Oh.
Maybe they were talking.
It looks like they were talking.
And walking to number 1, Guardians of the Galaxy.
And her dark horses.
Where The Mummy, The Dark Tower, first time we've seen
That's
this.
a good guess.
It's a good, that could be the Suicide Squad of last year where it comes out late because I think none of us chose that one, probably because of lack of brand awareness for some people, but for other people, it came out really late in the summer. But Suicide Squad came out really late in the summer last year and got in the top 10. And also, another super dark horse, An Inconvenient Truth 2.
Because we live in Trump's America.
It's the first time a documentary's been put up for her. I respect her moxie, and if she's right, fuck all of us.
There was just that march, so.
It's true.
Yeah, because we all know Al Gore puts butts in seats.
That's how he won the presidency that one time.
Yeah.
All right, friend of the show / who's never been on the show, Gretchen. Number 10, The Mummy. Number 9, Transformers. Number 8, Planet of the Apes. Number 7, Rough Night. Faith in the Girls. #. Number 6, Spider-Man. Number 5, Despicable Me. Number 4, Cars 3. Pirates of the Caribbean comes number 3. Number 2, Wonder Woman. Ladies.
It is.
And number 1, because she is nobody's fool, Guardians of the Galaxy 2. I hope what happens last year happens this year, where Finding Nemo was number 1. We all thought it was going to be Captain America, and I hope that happens this year and we all get fucked again. But speaking of getting fucked, her dark horses are King Arthur, Baywatch, and set your minds to stun, the Emoji Movie.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wait, let's talk about that real quick, because there were a lot of websites that were saying that one's going to be, like, top 5, and then I said, there's no way that just, like, that concept, like, who is that movie even for? It's
Nick?
not aimed at kids.
Mm-mm.
Emojis are lame, so I don't feel like adults will want to go. It's
What?
not like
What about tweens?
Wait.
Is it a cartoon?
Emojis are lame, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people in this room all use emojis on a pretty regular
Doesn't
basis.
mean I want to see
See a
them do
movie,
any
Beta's
interaction.
facial expressions.
True. Listen, all I'm gonna say is this, and then anyone else can say whatever they want to say. When the Lego movie, I think it was on some movie Witcher, I was scrolling through. I'm like, they're gonna make a Lego movie, and it's called The Lego Movie. That is the dumbest idea ever. Who is this movie for? Who fucking wants to watch a movie about Legos? What's it gonna be about? Someone just building stuff, and that's the best fucking movie that's ever been made. Now, do I think the Emoji Movie is gonna be the best fucking movie ever made? No, but we've all been wrong about this before.
Plus, what's his name? Xavier.
Plays
Patrick Stewart?
Patrick Stewart.
plays which emoji?
the poop emoji.
The poop emoji.
Also, T.J. Miller from Silicon Valley's in it.
Oh, I do like TJ.
Yeah, he's really good. The thing is, though, like I saw the teaser and I was like, okay, maybe it'll be successful if it markets itself like a sausage party.
Yeah, that's
movie.
what I was thinking.
But it
But I
didn't
don't
even
think it
do
is
that.
a
It
sausage
didn't
party
even
movie.
do that. It was like a very, like I don't know who this movie is for.
I want to hear Dan's thoughts on this as the biggest fan of emoji in the room.
Well, my thoughts are disappointing because I actually.
Where will you be August 4th?
So wait, this is a cartoon? What is this?
It's animated.
It's an animated movie, and the characters are emoji.
Yes.
Yeah.
With little legs.
Wait, and let's talk
They're
about
big-
the
big
poster.
emojis.
The poster is the
Meh emoji.
Yeah, the meh
This is
emoji.
not easy being meh. The Emoji Movie, August 4th.
Which I think
that's
is
not a good
foreshadowing how this movie will be.
Also, this is not a great synopsis. The film centers on Jean, a multi-expressional emoji who sets out on a journey to become a normal emoji.
Oh,
A multi-expressional emoji.
Oh no.
wow.
All right. Maybe my rant was misplaced. It's also being put out by Sony, and I don't want to throw shade on our friends in Culver City, but that company is in a lot of trouble in terms of thoughts, ideas, and ways to execute thoughts.
Oh,
and
they'll
ideas.
be okay. They're about to bounce back with Spider-Man, so they can.
They're split.
yeah.
There's a lot been said. They're splitting that money with Disney and yeah. What else do they got coming out? That's right, nothing.
Yeah.
So
Well, but at least in their other divisions, they're crushing it with PlayStation.
yeah.
So in fact, like 2-1, I believe, compared to Microsoft. So they're not hurting, at least overall.
It's true, but you want that Columbia Pictures brand to be strong
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
investors. I don't know how this works.
Tell us what Stephanie said.
All right. What a great segue. Stephanie, also playing the game. Number 10, Alien. Dunkirk, coming in number 9. Cars 3, Apes, Pirates, Transformers, Wonder Woman, Spider-Man, Despicable Me, and no surprise, Guardians of the Galaxy number 1 with a bullet. Dark Horses, Baywatch, Dark Tower, and The Mummy.
Respectable list.
Respectable list. Stephanie, new to the game. Couldn't make the recording. And that is everyone's picks. I feel like the summer will be decided on Cars and Transformers. And if
Pirates.
Dunkirk makes it, some of us are in trouble. Because, and Wonder Woman. I think those three are going to really...
Oh yeah, if Wonder Woman
Bombs-
does really well. No, if it does really well, then me and Mikey over here are gonna be looking real happy.
Yep.
and me too, because I put it number 3.
Oh, you did. I did not see that.
I'm pointing to my head for everyone at home, because I'm smart. How does everyone feel? We all picked the same movie for number 1. Also, no one said this, but I'm not sure you're aware, but Pirates and Baywatch come out on the same day. Cars 3 and All Eyes on Me come out on the same day. And King Arthur and Snatch come out on the same day.
Well, I don't see King Arthur or Snatch being in the top 10, so it doesn't bother me. Baywatch and Pirates. That's actually, now I recall, that's why I ended up putting Baywatch in my dark horses opposed to top 10 because I think Pirates is going to steal a lot of its money.
But I think at the same time, it does end up lowering Pirates a little bit.
Just a bit. But, you know, if it's a date movie night, I feel like people will swing over to Pirates. And as far as Cars...
Hey, baby, let's go on a date. I hope you like garbage.
Yeah. As far as Cars 3 and All Eyes on Me goes, like, I didn't put All Eyes on Me on... I don't think All Eyes on Me will do well at all because I feel like the legacy... Like, this movie hasn't been marketed that much, and also I feel like Tupac's legacy has over time diminished quite a bit.
I'm not disagreeing with you, and it could go that way, but could you not make that same argument for the NWA movie, which last year made the top 10 list?
No, I think that one, like, everyone was excited to see it, but also, like, you know, Dr. Dre is a huge figure. Like, he's still a prominent person in the music community, so...
I think you can make
you got live figures promoting the movie with that one.
It's true, but I do think you can make a movie about... And that Biggie movie, which came out a bunch of years ago, also did really well.
Yeah.
So I think anyone who is in Death Row Records in the early 90s, I think you can make a movie about it and it could do well. Snoop, talking Dre, talking Tupac.
I think Snoop...
The Warren G movie, save that for Oscar season.
But no, with Dr. Dre, though, what also
Thank
helped
you for
is
getting that joke.
about a week or two before the movie came out, he dropped out his first album in, like, almost,
True.
like, 15 years.
True.
So, and the fact that Kendrick Lamar is so huge, like, you know, talking about Compton, like, kind of raised Dr. Dre's, not his status, but the awareness of Dr. Dre.
And my argument is that all of that momentum will help this movie. Now, could be wrong. Clearly, everyone here in this room didn't put it on their list, except for me. So, I'm a betting man. You know, trying to see what's going to happen.
Will it be played by a hologram?
It will not be played by a hologram. Now, if it was played by a hologram, would that help?
Maybe.
I'd see it. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, well, you no interest in a Tupac movie?
No, I mean, there was. I wasn't really aware of it, to be honest. But I do agree with what you said, how the NWA movie will sort of, like, translate into this movie, the same audience, or sort of build that same momentum. I agree with that.
So on this podcast, we talk about movies in the context of engines of human empathy, right? We talk about our emotions on movies, how we feel about them. We don't really ever give a shit on money. So why focus on the money for this episode? And we talk about this every year, and this year will be no different. It's, you know, this summer, especially this summer, because last summer I feel like there's some, or at least a couple of original thoughts, but this summer is all legacy goals, franchises, and animated movies that are adaptations of things that already exist, like Cars or emojis. So, looking at your list, does it shed light on why these movies get made? Like, you know, we all thought these movies would make the most money, right? We all thought, even though none of us want to see a Pirates movie, none of us want to see a Transformers movie, except for Emily, and me by proxy, we all rank them very highly, right? So does that not say something about the current state of...
Just because I rank it on there and just because I include it doesn't mean that I am not interested in other things. And that, like, I'm interested in indie things and documentaries that I just don't think will make the bazillions amount of money.
Greatly said. But for the business part of show business, our communal, 15 movies, right? Make sense why they get made? A lot of people bitch. A lot of people bitch online and in person, like, oh, I hate all these superhero movies. But, I mean, if you're in charge of a company and you're like, we're going to stop making these superhero movies, like, you'd be fired, right?
Right. Well, things that are already established, I think, have a much easier time of...
People already know. You have to explain what this is.
Right. True. Yeah, it's less of a risk if you're making a Spider-Man movie. He's been around for decades and decades. People, like the whole country, at least not the world, are already familiar with this character. That's what I think. So
I feel like the point of the Summer Movie Wager is to find empathy with these companies that make movies and try to understand the decisions that they make, right? Because I will say that I'm pretty much looking forward to every movie coming out this summer except for the two I keep bagging on. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I made a list here of all the movies I want to see. And, like, The Bad Batch is a movie that's coming out this summer that I want to see. The girl who walks on Home Alone at Night or whatever, that director.
Oh, yeah, totally.
That looks good. There's a lot of movies coming out this summer that I would really like to see. Baywatch, Alien Covenant, Wonder Woman, Guardians, The Mummy. Valerian. It Comes at Night.
Yes, and Valerian.
The Hitman's Bodyguard.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was.
I wanted to talk about that because I almost wanted to put that somewhere at least on the dark horses, but it's just so far off I couldn't get a good read on it.
It also comes out very late in the summer.
Yeah, it's just not going to collect as much by the time this is all over.
Atomic Blonde, Girls Trip. Girls Trip looks funny.
It does.
That
look
looks
hysterical.
funny.
I also saw there was Logan Lucky, which I mean it's what is it, NASCAR heist movie with Channing Tatum.
What?
And
That's all you need to say.
What's his the guy from Girls and Star Wars,
Adam Driver.
Adam Driver,
Oh, interesting.
and
I've not heard of this.
and it's also got Daniel Craig.
Oh, wonderful.
Also, talk about a man-stacked cast.
Yeah.
God damn.
But I mean, NASCAR heist movie sounds like it could end up being really fun. But I've seen absolutely no marketing for this whatsoever.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of movies that are coming out this summer. Looking at the list, like The Big Sick, which is coming out on Johnny's movie about him and his wife and how they met and everything. You know, a movie that probably we will all want to see, but you know, not gonna get that. Didn't start with a Super Bowl ad.
Yep.
You know. But Super Bowl ad doesn't always, you know, put the asses in the seats. Scarlett Johansson, Ghost in the Shell.
Well, that might be for a different reason. But
I think it's that movie. That's for a lot of reasons.
yeah, that movie did not capture the feeling I got with watching the older animated movie at all.
I also think that to a American mainstream audience, saying, "Hey, this is an adaptation of an anime," is not
That's
a
hard.
selling point.
Yeah.
Unless it's like Dragon Ball Z. Where's my Dragon Ball Z movie, Hollywood?
But see, that's-
Get on it.
It was made.
Good point.
Oh, right.
And
It sucked.
disappeared.
Yeah, you're right.
I also think that the Summer Movie Wager has taught us that if we had a studio, what you want to make is a dinosaur movie.
Agreed.
And nobody's list included Captain Underpants.
I just don't think it's gonna do Wonder Woman money.
No, I saw some higher predictions for it, but I also saw some comments saying, like, that they don't think kids really know about the series as much as the parents who really liked it when they were growing up.
The Captain Underpants?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you know, listen. Someone's making it, right? DreamWorks, right? It's a DreamWorks thing.
I forgot who.
You know, I heard Trolls was really good, but
Oh,
who
right.
knows?
That's coming out.
Nope, that came out about a year ago.
Wait, I'm thinking of Smurfs, right?
Nope, that came out a couple months ago.
Oh,
Jeez.
yeah.
That come out already? I didn't know.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Yeah. Also, you know who put that out? Sony. So that's it for us. Does anyone else have anything they want to say? Is anyone feeling really confident with their? I'm feeling pretty confident with my fucking picks. I want to win this thing badly.
Yeah, I'm fairly confident with it, but there's a few things like Dunkirk and Rough Night I think could be.
Yeah, everyone's lists are pretty close, so I think it's going to come down to a lot of the positioning of things on the list.
I'm telling you, it's all about Cars and Wonder Woman. Because that made everyone's list, but in very different spots.
Well, I for one look forward to Nick's wonderful punny emails.
Yeah, Nick, you gonna pun us up?
Yeah, I'll punish you all.
Dan, how do you feel about your thing? You left some stuff off there that I know that you feel kind of
Yeah,
not
I feel a little shaky about it, but I mean, I'm still willing to go with my list.
okay.
Don't really have a choice.
And I'm happy that I now know about deep underwater sharks.
Aren't we all?
That's you know, in the end of the day, that's what really matters.
Yeah.
That's it for us. This episode written by me, Mr. Jibber Jabber. Kev, Mr. Everyday. Music by Jeff Russell. I'm Mr. Jibber Jabber. That's Crystal. That's Dan. That's Emily. That's Carissa. That's Mikey. That's Nick. Thanks you guys for participating. I hope one of you win because you made this recording. Fuck everyone else who didn't come. Thanks for putting in your things. Thanks for listening. Here we go, summer.
Play us out, Jeff.